Welcome to Bakers Bantering. Ho, ho, ho. Merry Christmas, everyone.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas, Mom. Well, give me like you got somebody on my right. We got Katy and Monica Rebecca
Whoop, whoop. In the house.
in the house. And the two topics I do have are for Katy, her teacher era.
Teacher era.
That's right. And we got to my left, we got my lovely mom, Valerie and Baker. What's up, girl?
What's up?
What's up? And Miss Kayla Braxton, aka Jenna Baker.
AKA
And
What did
we
he call
got,
you? Kayla Braxton?
Kayla Braxton.
yeah,
Is that because I did good on my interview earlier?
I'm pretty sure you did. So
Oh.
you're phenomenal.
Stay tuned.
Teaser.
Stay
Teaser.
tuned for the weekly wrestling wrap up if you want to find out who we interviewed today. It's a big deal.
Yes, big deal for that.
Don't
Big-
give it away. It's at the end of the podcast.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay.
And we got Mr. Ryan Apollo, Ellis Cool,
What?
Wearing
Who,
a polo?
Ryan Apollo,
Rocking a polo.
Ryan Apollo.
Who is
I
that?
don't know who that is.
I don't know. He's wearing a Broncos jersey, though.
Broncos jersey. That's totally Ryan for sure.
He told me that when he walked in
Ryan
earlier.
Apollo, aka Ellis Cool.
Ellis hella cool. He told me that when he
Goes
walked
by
in
Ryan.
earlier, he told you he was representing Locktober and you didn't understand it.
I think it was just a moment he said that. I was not.
He's wearing a Broncos jersey,
Oh,
which
I see
is
the Broncos
a-
jersey.
specifically a Drew Lock jersey.
Does it say lock on the back?
Yes.
But instead of Locktober, it really should be Locksember.
Right, but doesn't work as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, that doesn't roll off
Flow.
the tongue the same. But do you want to know why he's wearing a Lock jersey today, Derek? Because I
What?
bet the game that, yeah, there he goes. He's showing it to the YouTube now. Drew Lock. The game that I watched last night and Ellis watched last night was the Philadelphia Eagles versus the Seattle Seahawks, which although Ellis is wearing a Drew Lock Broncos jersey, he's really wearing it for Drew Lock because Drew Lock was the GOAT of the Seattle Seahawks team last night. And I have a feeling that you didn't watch the game, but because you have decided this year that you're a Philadelphia Eagles fan, in addition to being a Chiefs fan, I watched the game. And my goodness, Drew Lock led a phenomenal touchdown drive
Wow.
to beat the Eagles.
Philadelphia Eagles?
Yeah. Yeah, they lost because
That's 3 in a row.
that's 3 losses in a row. We talked earlier, Ellis.
They're just
Do we
bummed.
know when the last time they lost 3 games in a row was? Can we Google that? So Drew Lock, he was a former Mizzou Tiger quarterback.
He's also from Missouri.
He is from Missouri. He was
Blue Springs, right? I think.
Blue Springs, I believe. That sounds right.
I thought it was Lee Summit because our pals from there know him.
DBG? I thought it was Blue Springs.
Well,
could be
Ellis can
wrong.
tell us here in a minute. Lee Summit.
Okay.
But it was less than 2 minutes left. The Eagles had been winning the whole game. At first, it was like 10-3 going into halftime or something. And then Drew Lock, less than 2 minutes left. They had 92 yards to get to the end zone. And my goodness, it was like pass after pass, catch. They moved down that field so damn fast. And then the very last one, I was like, no way this is going to be a catch. And it was just perfectly thrown right into the hands of the receiver in the end zone. Touchdown. It was beautiful. And then the Eagles got the ball back. That put them up by 3 points. So then it was 20-17. Eagles were losing. Seattle and Drew Lock were winning. Eagles had 28 seconds to try to make a comeback. And with like 13 seconds left, Jalen Hurts threw an interception. and Seattle won the game. So I was watching the game to cheer on your Eagles for you. I really was. But once I realized they were playing Seattle and that's where Drew Lock was, I was like, just rooting for a good game at that point. And then, man, oh man, that former Missouri Tiger looked great out there. And I was kind of happy to see it happen.
Yeah, tell Jared that I'm usually on his side, but if they're playing someone like my boy Drew Lock, I gotta ride with that.
Yeah, see, that's kind of how I was. Ellis said to let our Philadelphia Jared know that he is typically on the Eagles, rooting for the Eagles team, but when it's a Missouri Tiger and it's Drew Lock, us Mizzou Tigers tend to root for the Mizzou Tigers. And holy crap, it was one of the most impressive drives in football I've ever watched.
Yeah, we don't get the Monday night games anymore because, wait a minute, those are on ESPN, aren't they? Oh, we could have got that game, but
no,
we don't
I
get
knew
Sunday
Derek
night.
wasn't watching because it was Monday Night Raw.
It's Monday Night Raw.
So I watched for Derek so that I could let him know how the Eagles did, and they lost.
So did we ever figure out how long it's been since they lost 3 in a row?
Yes, actually, it's only been 2 years, but that was in the first month of the Nick Sirianni era. That's literally what it says here.
He's their coach.
Yeah.
So it was in
It's 3
2021.
3 seasons ago.
Yeah.
Interesting.
So 3 in a row,
They're still in the playoffs,
but
Derek.
not
Oh, my goodness.
the
As long as they are in the playoffs, we're good.
That's right.
No, it
they'll-
depends on how many more in a row they lose.
No,
No, they're in.
They're in.
Those are there to say that to me.
They already clinched a playoff spot, so they'll be good.
They're in.
They're in
the
the
playoffs.
playoffs,
record.
Derek. Don't
I
you
think
worry.
they've already won 10.
They have. They're like 10-4 now.
Yeah.
Like they'll be good. But you know who's not 3 losses in a row?
What?
KC
The
Chiefs
Chiefs. They got to win
against the Patriots. Yay! Sorry, New Hampshire family.
And
Go
I mean,
Chiefs.
thank God.
And guess who was in the house?
What?
T Swift.
Taylor
Drill, baby.
and Scott Swift. Was that the first game that Scott Swift has attended? It's the first game I've noticed him there.
Jenna,
Yes.
last week you did tell me about a W superstar was at the Kansas City Chiefs.
Yeah.
Barrett
game.
Corbin.
Baron Corbin was there last week.
Can you tell Katie about him?
Oh, I heard the podcast.
She listened to the podcast.
Well, let's tell her today.
I already
Well,
heard.
Baron Corbin was in the box with T Swift.
Beautiful. And an STL hat. I saw that too.
Yeah, Arch Peril.
Yes, we do love our guy from KC, Barrett Corbin, and that is awesome.
Is he from Kansas City?
Yes,
Derek said that last week too.
Kansas City, Missouri.
Okay.
I believe you.
Listen to this.
Tell us.
Ladies and gentlemen, the lone wolf from Kansas City, Missouri, Baron Corbin.
All right, there you go.
Okay.
Okay.
So yeah,
Okay.
Baron Corbin is actually in Kansas City. So if we go to Kansas City again, we might meet
I don't know if
Baron
we're ever
Corbin.
going back.
Oh my goodness. Well, we'll see. Katie's being dramatic.
I'm joking. Obviously, we're going back. We have tons of family and friends there.
Yeah.
And it's 4 hours away. And we
Good.
got to go see the Kansas City Chiefs again sometime.
Heck yeah. Okay.
Absolutely. I do mind see the Kansas City Chiefs again. I do mind see my KC buddy, Barry Corbin.
Okay, so
Talk-
I do have a
talk to
quick
him.
story, and then I want to ask you a question, Derek. So, Katie, we had our interview earlier, and then we took a lunch break. And when we got home from lunch, Ellis was unaware, but Ellis was sitting in Derek's seat. And
That's a felony.
yeah. And so what in Ellis's defense, he does typically see Derek eating lunch every day when he comes over for the podcast. And
Sitting in Mom's seat.
And normally Derek is sitting in Mom's seat. But because Derek and Mom and I were all 3 eating lunch together, Derek knew that he couldn't sit in Mom's seat at the dinner table. So when
Lunch table, actually.
okay, well, you're right. It was lunch.
Breakfast, lunch, dinner.
Okay, well, we were having lunch. I do apologize. So Derek, instead of using his words, walks in and then proceeds to sit on Ellis's lap. And Ellis had no clue why he was sitting down, but he did pat him on the back and said, "What can I get you for Christmas this year, little boy?" And Derek said, little
I did
boy.
not like that.
And you didn't like that?
No.
No, Derek doesn't like it when you call him little. But Derek gave him a look like, what the heck? And then I informed Ellis that he was in Derek's chair and Derek could use his words, but instead of using his words, he sat on his lap.
So what did we have for lunch?
Chinese.
Hot braised chicken.
Ooh, it was yummy, yummy.
What?
I'm jealous.
Yeah. Okay, Derek.
We will fix that over the weekend.
Last weekend, you
Right, Mom?
Maybe.
Good. Let's make it happen on Friday.
okay, so Derek, last week you used the podcast as a confessional for the CPAP update.
That was hilarious.
Well, we had no idea
I
that
can't
was
believe
coming.
he took scissors to the CPAP.
I did not know that.
Yeah, we won't be doing that
Me
again,
either.
right?
Absolutely not.
Okay. So, what is the CPAP update? Hopefully, no surprises this week. How have things been going?
Well, only one surprise is what my eyes are doing right now.
They're open.
Yes, they're up at.
You don't have to sleep as much anymore during the day?
I got less sleep. In the past, I slept really good. I did make it do 4 hours
One time.
one time for
One
Mom.
time in addition to the one time we talked about last week?
No.
Oh,
And last night, it was at 1:20.
1 hour and 20 minutes.
1 hour and 20 minutes on the thing.
So why do you keep taking it off? What's happening? Do you wake up while it's on and then you take it off and you don't put it back on? I don't understand.
Well, my mom wants me to wear it all night, which is
That is what they're designed for, yes.
I do that.
Do you? You know the CPAP tells us if you're lying.
CPAP does not lie.
No,
but
the
Derek
CPAP does not lie. But it tells us how long you've worn it.
So why can't you?
That is true. That part is true.
And
Why
it's
aren't you wearing it?
I take it off when I go to the restroom or go spit or which is I
Go spit.
which is I have a bottle for that, so that way I won't spit on the floor because
I have a
somebody
bottle.
doesn't like that.
What is with the spitting, bro?
I don't know. Maybe we need to get your sinuses checked out. Good.
Yeah.
Because, I mean, I can't believe you even bring that up. I've actually seen him spit on my floor, and he thought that was okay. But so I'll take the bottle.
And let's just say Mom
Good.
didn't
I'm glad
like
you
that.
agree on that.
Last time that happened, Mom threatened that if it happened again, he wouldn't be able to watch WWE for a whole month. So let that sink in. I don't think he's going to be making that mistake again.
Which is I got a bottle.
Yeah.
Well,
It's just
that's a
not,
better
you don't
solution.
Spit inside on the floor.
Well, you never
We're
know.
back to the podcast confessional again.
Yeah.
I'm just curious if he ever spit on our carpet and it just soaked nice
Oh, I'm
and
sure
in.
he did.
Derek.
Didn't you?
Oh no.
When that carpet was in.
Yeah.
Did you spit on the carpet?
Yeah, and that's way before we had the new flooring.
The new floor gives
so
him away.
Are you admitting that you spit on the carpet before?
It's kind of funny because you never seen a spit.
Derek, no way.
You never seen a spit in a carpet because that spit actually disappeared
Ugh.
in the carpet. Like
Derek, that is so gross.
Derek.
that is so cool.
No.
That is so cool.
No, it's not.
That's foul, dude.
Nasty boy.
I think he's trying to get a Stanley Steamer sponsorship.
Thanks for that.
Oh,
Anyway,
Derek.
the carpet was freaking cool.
That is so terrible.
You just like the carpet because you didn't get caught.
That is so terrible.
Moving on.
Okay, so back to the CPAP conversation. Are you going to keep, like, what when you get up and go to the bathroom or you wake up and you have to spit in the bottle, like, why don't you put the machine back on? Why are you not reusing
You need to do
it?
that. You need to put the mask back on if you wake up. We're going to work on that, right?
I've been working on it.
We can
Sure.
we can work with some incentives. Maybe if he makes it to like 5 hours for the first time, he gets a donut, and then if he makes it to 6 hours for the first time, he gets another donut.
Ooh, what if we throw donuts in the mix? Would you wear it longer?
Donuts.
I think we need to get him to
That's
let's
low,
make the goal
that's right.
6.
How about celery?
I don't know if that's incentive. DVDs.
Okay.
Okay.
Well,
Tonight-
I do know a reason that he
This is gonna be perfect night, overnight. My goal, try to make it to 3 hours before 4.
And
3
then
hours does come before 4.
And then if you wake up, I think your goal needs to be if you wake up and you have to take it off, that you put it back on.
Yeah, that's a good goal.
If you, it's okay if you wake up in the middle of the night. Sometimes I wake up in the middle of the night to go to the bathroom. I don't wake up to spit on my floor, but I do wake up to go to the bathroom.
Do you ever wake up to spit in a bottle?
Nope, spitting in the bottles either. Come
Yes,
back.
Kate, I do spit in a bottle, so that is okay. I'm glad mom agrees with that, so we're good.
I
my
wake up
goodness.
every single night to go to the bathroom, pretty much.
But then you go back to sleep. And
So
when you,
did I.
but you need to put the mask back on. Can we work on that? And then we'll move on from this. We'll talk about it again next week.
Well, I think one of the reasons that he doesn't wear his CPAP very long is also because he doesn't go to sleep. I mean, there's so many times I wake up in the middle of the night for me to go to the bathroom, and I have to walk in there and be like, dude, you need to go to bed. Like, it's like 12:30, 1:30. I'm like, what are you doing?
Bro.
Just do my thing because I'm a teenager.
Derek, you're 26.
But still teenager.
You know, when Jenna was this age, I was telling her she was damn near 30.
Well, she's 30 years old, so I'm not that. So I am not Janet Baker.
Oh my
Okay.
goodness. Okay, next week I hope that you can give us an update that you put the CPAP machine back on after you woke up.
I'm pretty sure I will.
Can you work on that?
Bro, I've been working on that.
Okay.
And I am really shy. My eyes are open during this podcast, so
Oh my God.
bonus for that.
All right, we're going to move
So
on.
tonight, yes, I am. I did promise Mom tonight is the night I will put that CPAP on. If I gotta pee or spit or get a drink of water, I will wake up, use the restroom, go spit in a bottle, and get some water. While I do that, I will back in my bed and put it on this sleeping more hours.
Good. I love that. Thank you.
And I do that every time.
Okay.
Okay.
It's super fun.
Well, the CPAP machine doesn't lie. So if you don't put it back on, Mom's going to know about it in the morning. You cannot trick the CPAP. Okay, let's move on. So this past weekend, I had no idea, but you finally successfully threw off a big surprise for me. They threw me a surprise.
Kind of 2 big surprises.
You like it should count as 2?
No, there was 2.
Well, there was
It was
2.
too.
Well, like, you mean like the party and then Morgan? Okay. So they threw a surprise engagement party for me, which I was very surprised. I do have to confess, I got a little mad at Chris before we came because so it was Friday night. And I was under the impression that on Friday we were just having a date night, the two of us. But we had watched Chris's parents' dog all week, and they left us some money to pay for our date night at their house. And they sent us a picture of the cash on the table, and we were supposed to be stopping by their house to pick up the cash to then go out to dinner. And I was under the impression that it was just Chris and I going out to dinner, and we were just going to be gone for a couple of hours. And because it was just Chris and I were going out to dinner and we were going to come home and watch Harry Potter, I did not want to put on makeup. And so I came out while I had showered at a pretty reasonable time to be able to get fully ready. But then I started editing a video. And then by the time I got done editing the video, it's like 6:45 and we're supposed to leave at 7. And I'm like, if it's just me and Chris, he won't care if I wear makeup, whatever. And I go out there and I'm like, so you're not going to care if I just like don't put on makeup, right? And he quite literally does not look up from his phone and says, you probably should. And I was appalled. I couldn't believe he would say that to me. Any other circumstance, and he would have said, I don't give a shit. But he obviously knew something I didn't know. And he said, you probably should. So then, of course, I take complete offense to this. And I am reeling. And I just cannot believe this. I'm like, why would he say this to me? Is he lying to me? Are we not really doing that? What's going on? Luckily, I did learn from my mistake from the failed surprise birthday party in August. And although my mind was spinning and I was going a little cuckoo for cocoa nuts upstairs in my brain.
Cuckoo for the
Cocoa
Puffs.
Oh, yeah. Derek always corrects me because I say
cocoa nuts.
What are the cocoa nuts? That's just stupid.
Yeah, well, that's what
Like, cut it out.
Okay, sorry.
Leave it in.
Joey Glasgow, Full House.
It's my play on words. Cuckoo for cocoa nuts.
It's
My
Cocoa
brain was
Puffs.
going wild, and I was like, what is happening? Why would he say that? Does he think I'm ugly? Like, just, all the things that I'm freaking out about. And I did think about checking my Find My Friends. I did think about it. And then I chose not to. And I also, I will admit, I've been going through a lot the past couple of months. We'll get into that a little bit later when I'm ready to tell you guys about it. But I did get prescribed some anxiety medicine by my doctor, and I've never taken it. But my doctor told me, because of everything I've been going through, that here's this anxiety medication. Just take it on an as needed basis. If you're having a day where you're feeling really wound up, or you really can't get out of your head, like, take the anxiety medication. It'll help, like, ease your brain, whatever. So I am now completely wound up. I am pissed off, and I am supposed to go sit at dinner for 2 hours with my fiance. And I'm like, this is ridiculous. I should not be so mad at him. I don't know why he said that, but, like, whatever. I'll put on some makeup. And so I opened the anxiety medication, and I took the anxiety medication for the first time. And then I put on the makeup. He did come in and check on me. He's like, are you okay? And I was like, I'm just a little offended. And he's like, okay, I'm sorry. Like, whatever, you're beautiful. Like, he's like,
Poor Chris.
I know. And poor guy. And so then we leave, and we are going to his parents' house. And I did ask him on the way, I'm like, why don't we just go to the restaurant and you can get the money from your parents tomorrow? Because I knew he had plans to see his parents the next day. But as far as I knew, his parents were still out of town because we still had their dog, and they weren't coming home until Friday night is what I was told. And so he's like, no, it's fine. Like, we'll get the money. And I'm like, okay. So I didn't think anything of that. And in my head, like, if the plans were different for some reason, like if we were not doing if he was lying to me, I never once thought that there was something happening at the house. I was like, maybe there's going to be more people at Yaya's or something. Like, I was like, I never once considered anybody else being at the house. And then we get to his parents' house, and we pull into the driveway, and I'm like, so you're just going to run in, right? And he's like, no. And he plays it off. He's like, I really kind of have to go to the bathroom. It might take a minute. Like, you should come in. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I go in. There's all sorts of cars. And he says something about the cars. He's like, oh, the blah, blah, blahs must be having a party, which is this other family that lives in his neighborhood who I know. And I've been to parties at their house before, and I know that they host often. So I'm just like, yeah, of course, the blah, blah, blahs are having a party. And then we walk up to the front door, and he attempts to walk straight in the door without unlocking it. And I'm like, why would you do that? And I like literally question him. I'm like, why are you doing that? And he's like, oh, sorry, I wasn't thinking. And he grabs his keys. Still thought nothing of it. Still thought absolutely nothing of it. And then he swings the door open, and then everybody screams surprise. And I was like, whoa. And then I was like, holy shit, there's a lot of people here. And I said hi to Mom, and I said hi to Katie, and I was looking around at all the people like, oh my God, wow, this is a lot of people. And then I saw one of my best friends from college who lives in San Diego, who I have not seen since April. And when I did see her in April, we didn't get to spend a whole lot of time together because I actually only saw her in April because she came to WrestleMania with us one of the 2 nights at WrestleMania. So we did get to see her, but it's not like I really got to spend a bunch of quality time with her because I was working. with Derek, but I see her and I screamed and I'm like, Morgan's here. And that's when I lost it and I started crying.
And I got it all snapped.
Yes,
Derek
you
got it on
did.
Snap.
I got it all snapped.
Mom and Katie got it on video. And it was wonderful. And then we had a great night. And I had
we
lots
never
of
have to
fun.
surprise you again.
Yeah.
Ugh.
No, Chris doesn't like surprises. No.
That's like torture.
Yeah.
That'll be us getting him back for calling Jenna ugly.
Yeah. Chris would only want to be surprised. Well, I mean, he wouldn't want to be surprised. So,
Well, give me this. No surprises for Chris, but this is gotta be a surprise. I want you and you and all of you do not tell Chris, especially you guys as well. Bakers Bantering, do not tell Chris.
Chris does listen to the podcast. So,
I guess it's gonna stop there.
oh, you're just gonna stop there.
Leave him hanging.
Oh man. Okay, you can tell us when we're done.
That's fine.
Okay. But
It was a great night.
It was a great night,
And
and Katie stole an outfit from my house.
She did. She was stealthy.
Speaking of that, I
Yep.
do have your socks in my room.
Oh, interesting. Thank you. Well, it was funny because Jordan commented on the video and she's like, it was a little suspicious that you had a white dress on. And I'm like, yes, I had a white dress on because my sister stole it from my closet.
Yes.
And brought it there. And thank goodness Sam also stole some Spanx to go underneath it.
Yeah, well, she
because-
brought it home, and I said, "Uh-oh, like what if she doesn't have the appropriate undergarments?"
I had already thought that through.
Yeah.
I was like, oh, don't worry about it. Sam's going to go over there tomorrow while Jenna's out.
Yeah, poor Sam. She did have to dig
Yeah.
through a very large pile of dirty clothes because I haven't done laundry in a while. And then
That
she
is
was like,
And she had to like bear going there while Mia was there, and she was scared about that. Luckily, I didn't tell her about my experience with Mia the day before.
yeah, well, so Chris's parents' dog is a husky, and she's a little protective, and she's not a huge fan of strangers. So
I'm not a stranger.
but she still doesn't know you that well, Katie. Like you've met her like 4 times ever.
Whatever.
And she's also out of her own home. Like she's a little bit more on edge being at our house than she is when she's at her Kim and Walt's house, you know. So Sam she could not believe where my Spanx were. She's like, that makes no sense. And I'm like, you're so right, Sam. They don't make any sense.
Where were they?
Well, so my Spanx are like the one thing that it makes no sense which drawer they're in because everything else has a place that like is pretty reasonable and makes sense why they're with those things. But my Spanx, they just don't really fit in like any of the drawers that would make the most sense for them. So they are randomly in the same little square cube as my hats.
Maybe she just
Fair
wears
enough.
those around the house with a hot hat on.
Well,
So it doesn't make a whole lot of
That
sense.
wouldn't be all that flattering.
TMI.
No,
Well,
I've
on
never done that.
It was such a fun party though, and you
The
know,
Brie bites were a hit.
they were.
The
Thank
what?
you, the Brie bites.
Oh, the Brie bites. Yeah.
So Chris actually texted Katie and Kim and I. Kim is Chris's mom in October before the engagement, and said, "I would like you all to throw Jenna an engagement party." So that was really his idea. That's what he wanted us to do for you, which I thought is super sweet. And we have talked about it for 2 months. The date had been
There
scheduled.
was invitations.
Oh, the invitation, and I have yours upstairs.
My friends had to take them off their fridges when I came over to their houses.
Yeah, we mailed invitations, and
That was Kim.
Yeah, that was Kim. I'd have done Facebook or text invitations. And then Katie and Kim and I had dinner one day, and we planned the whole meal. And yeah,
We told you we were meeting with Kelly Schaub. That's when we went to Chicken Salad Chick.
Yeah, and Kelly knew that she was my cover. So yeah, and it was a lot of fun. I wish we would have got to meet the whole Jones family, but they came down some of them were ill, and so that
And
side
it
of
looked
the family
like
didn't.
Stephanie had just graduated last week. So
Yeah.
She
yeah.
graduated the same day of.
She graduated on Friday. That's what I
Correct.
thought. It seemed like they were in
Correct.
Springfield.
Some of
Yeah.
them were supposed to be coming, but then they got sick. So
Oh, bummer.
so it would have been fun to meet some more of Walt's side of the family, but it was all in all amazing. Phil was coming, and then at the last minute, he was unable to join us.
He missed his flight.
Yeah.
No,
I
just
almost let
kidding.
the cat out of the bag that Monday after your engagement when we all like surprised you at your house. I like said something about I texted Morgan and Phil before you had talked to them or something like that.
Yeah, you
And then I
didn't
was
even
like-
catch it.
And I like ran out of the house and left. And then I was like, Katie, stupid.
I didn't catch that. Here's the things that I definitely prove that I had no freaking clue. I literally took off my pretty press-on nails earlier that day. Although I did take them off because one fell off into my cottage cheese that morning. So
Wow.
it's what happened. I was literally squeezing the honey, and next thing you know, I'm squeezing honey onto some foreign object that I'm like, what the heck is that? And then I looked at my
gross.
hands, and it was my middle fingernail. So I took off the rest of them. And I also, I wore a white dress with no self-tanner on, which is just like unheard of. And I barely put on makeup, and I didn't curl my hair. And my friend said that's how they knew I didn't know, because I walked in with straight hair.
Yeah.
And that was true. I didn't know.
It was super fun, though. And I mean, I just know that there was so much love in that room for the two of you. And, everybody pitched in on both sides of the family, both the Jenna's family and Chris's family. And his Aunt Tammy made those beautiful cookies.
I
and
know,
then-
she's the best. She
and
makes
Liz
the best
made
desserts.
those beautiful charcuterie boards. And
Walt's ready for babies.
Oh, yeah. Well, so I was going to talk about the speeches. So
Derek gave a great speech.
Chris's brother, Chris's dad, Walt, and Derek all made speeches. And Walt, Chris's dad, did say he's ready for the sound of pitter-pattering little feet on the floor very soon. And Ella said he did make a joke that he must be talking about dog feet.
Yeah.
And
I heard him. He's like, they're getting a dog?
Yeah, I have a feeling he's not talking about dog feet. I do think he is referring to human feet. But no, I don't think he's referring to an animal in any regard. But yes, he is referring to little humans eventually someday. But Derek did give a good speech. Of course, I told him not to say anything about wrestling, but of course we did have to acknowledge Roman Reigns' return on SmackDown that night. Yep. And Derek was wearing a nice polo shirt. And then he very quickly afterward changed into his SmackDown shirt and his shorts. And of course, we missed our picture op before Derek took off his shirt. So by the time we took pictures, he had his SmackDown shirt on. But that's okay. The video's proof that you had a polo on.
Yeah.
And I did. So my friend Morgan was definitely the biggest surprise of the night for me. And she set me off over the edge and made me cry. But apparently Chris's best friend Tanner was upstairs when the surprise occurred, but you guys swept me away into a different room to change my clothes so fast that I hadn't really gotten a look at everybody who was there yet. And so then I came back out and I was making my rounds saying hello. And a few minutes later, here comes Tanner walking up the stairs. And I was like, oh, you're here. Oh, I didn't see you. And he's like, no tears.
Yeah.
And I'm like, no, Tanner, you don't get tears. But you got some squeals out of me. You're
Yeah.
welcome.
Yeah.
So yeah,
That was
it
so nice of him to
Got-
come in
got-
town
got
too.
some Squeals.
It was so fun. It was wonderful. I appreciated the speech, Derek. It was very nice what you said.
Thank you.
And we had a wonderful weekend. And then I thought I was
will
going to have a
do that
really...
again on your
At the
Rehearsal
wedding.
dinner.
rehearsal dinner as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, rehearsal dinner. That's a good idea. And
I got things backed up. I
you're-
got
Derek's
things,
backed up.
TMI,
things I
buddy.
have to talk about, like me and you watching Disney Channel,
this is why he's talking about the rehearsal dinner.
and also you make incredible relationships with your work life and for making better. Also, you make people smile, like Bailey and Dominik, all those people.
Yeah, we'll have to refine this. Maybe you and Mom and Katie can work on it together to make sure we're staying on track with the speech.
They do have to. I got this repaired. Do not put that on them.
Okay.
Anyway, speaking of Katie, on that note, Katie, how is TG going?
Oh boy, we don't have time for that.
Here's the
All
thing.
I'm going to
Just say
say is that I have one day left tomorrow and I'm quite ready for winter break. Miss Baker might be more ready for winter break than her students. And I am very excited for the much needed time off.
How about next week we get an update from Katie about how her first semester went?
That sounds like a good plan.
We will talk about
That way she can prepare for
talk
it a little
about
bit too.
next week for sure. Softball season will come out in the summertime, in the springtime.
We already had softball season. That was in the fall.
It was. I was talking about 2024. Katie, are you going back to being a coach in 2024 in the spring or summer?
Well, I don't know, Derek. They haven't asked me back yet. But they did.
Okay.
I did get an email about they need help with the girls wrestling team. And I said, no, thank you.
Oh,
They're like,
you
just a
should take
few Friday
that
nights
offer. That'd be
and some
super
Saturdays.
fun.
I'm like, oh, you mean my only joy? Absolutely not.
no. Katie's like, I'm
You
good at
should
watching
take that
wrestling.
offer.
They
That'd
offered
be
me more than I
more
would
fun.
have than I even got to coach softball because they're in a pickle. But I was like,
Well,
You don't know anything about wrestling. I mean, you know how to do a people's elbow, but I don't think they do that in high school
honestly, I know more
wrestling.
about wrestling than a lot of people probably.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
different type of
different.
wrestling.
Yeah, that's
Well,
different.
you
I
should-
mean,
They
they're
just need
kind
a
of-
female chaperone, honestly,
Yeah.
because I don't think they have anyone.
You should take that offer. That'd be super fun.
No.
No.
Anyway, I am glad Tuesday is good for you, and
We'll talk more next week.
Where'd we go Saturday night?
yeah.
Well, Saturday we went to a really good dinner spot. I didn't realize that they had food, but Mom had eaten there before. It's called Tapped. It's in Maplewood.
Tap Social House.
They do
That's social house.
brick fire oven pizzas, which are really good. But the way you get your drinks is really interesting. You get like a little bracelet, and then you go tap it, hence tapped, and then you
It's kind of
pour, and then they
pouring.
know how much you pour it into your cup, and then that's how much you get charged for.
Yeah,
So
so,
it's
if
actually
you
like a
pour a little
self-serve.
beer, because you just want to try it, whatever, you pay $1 or so versus having to get a 16-ounce glass, and then you decide you don't even like it, right?
Yeah.
So they had all sizes of glasses.
You can
Derek got to try a couple beers.
You can sample a lot of stuff. They do have cocktails too, but the cocktails don't have liquor in them. If you want the liquor, they give you a little shooter.
Yeah, because they can't serve liquor; they only serve beer.
They can't serve liquor through a tap.
Yeah,
So, but the food was good. The food was
pizzas
really
are
good.
incredible.
Pizza
I heard there was a taco pizza.
there was a taco pizza. Phoebe G had pizza with Doritos on
Yeah,
it.
they had Doritos on it. There was a
know.
cheeseburger pizza that's a couple of people got. There was a taco pizza. We tried the maple bacon pizza, which was really good.
Oh yeah, I did try that.
Yeah, and then we just had a pepperoni and sausage, which was really good.
That
Yeah,
was
I want to
good.
go there.
And then we went down to the Brewery Lights at Anheuser-Busch. Got to see our friends from Anheuser-Busch. It was a little
Yep.
bit of a bummer that it was raining
Oh
on
my
us
gosh,
the
it
whole
rained the whole
time.
time.
But it was like this really annoying rain where it was like kind of sprinkling and you didn't know if you needed your umbrella. And then you'd put your umbrella down and then it'd start sprinkling again. And you'd want your umbrella again.
Yeah.
And so that was a little bit of a bummer. But the lights were beautiful. It wasn't like too horribly cold. So that was nice. And we got to hang out and it was really fun. And I got to spend more time with my girl Morgan. And that was just so exciting for me. And we had a great weekend. And now, before we move on to the weekly wrestling wrap up, we have one more quick thing to do.
Oh yes.
Let's get those
Yes.
boxes.
Yes, I like that. Good memory, Jen.
This one says Derek on it.
Okay, so
I'm not
you
sure if they're the
Whoa.
same or different.
you do that one and I'll do this one.
And be careful with
Okay.
all
But I
this
think
paper.
there's a card in yours. So why don't you give me the card?
I got the card.
Okay, great.
Have yourself a happy and hydrated holiday season filled with peace, joy, and views. Team Jellysmack.
Yes. So
Team
this is from our
Jellysmack.
friends at Jellysmack. This is an agency that we work with. They help us manage some of our video content that we put out.
Absolutely.
So what do you got in there, Dee? Try not to make a mess.
I have a feeling I know what this is. Wow. Derek.
That says Derek.
Whoa.
It's a Stanley.
Wow. Oh, mine says Jenna. Cheers.
Sweet. How do I make this my water bottle?
Cheers.
That's
Nice.
awesome.
This is so cool.
I love how they're personalized so you can't get them mixed up.
That is
I know,
awesome.
That's awesome.
Thank you,
Thank
Jello.
you.
Thank you, Jellysmack.
Thank you. That's awesome.
Thanks, Jellysmack. We appreciate
Jellysmack,
you.
That's amazing.
Maybe we can get Derek to drink some water.
Yay!
Yeah, hopefully this will be good for him.
All right.
Well, that is awesome. That is awesome.
Okay. Thank you, Jellysmack. And now it is time for the weekly wrestling wrap up.
Peace.
It is time for weekly wrestling.
Wrap up.
Nice.
I'm getting,
Happy holidays for that
getting
one.
pretty good at that.
There you go.
Happy holidays.
Happy,
Derek's
happy.
wearing a Santa hat if you're not watching on YouTube.
I am wearing a Santa hat, and you got Christmas trees. So pull your hair back, please.
I do have Christmas trees. I also have Christmas tree earrings, even though you cannot see them under these
I
headphones.
also have Christmas tree earrings on.
And Derek's shirt is a little teaser for something special we have coming up for you guys.
Yes, we do. What we do earlier.
Who's on your shirt, Derek?
We just interviewed the greatest legend of the sports and entertainment, my good friend, absolutely. Hallelujah! La 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 la. You're the mean one, Mr. Grant.
That's not who we interviewed.
We did not interview the Grinch. Who'd we interview?
Santa Claus is coming to town, so guess what? We got Rey Mysterio coming to town.
So exciting.
Keep tuning in to Bakers Bantering. We will have our boy Rey Mysterio.
Rey Mysterio.
First week of January. What's that date? I think
8th.
it's like the 8th or the 9th.
The 8th is Monday.
The 8th is Monday.
Yeah.
January 8th. Stay tuned. Rey Mysterio coming up.
My birthday is that
Absolutely.
Wednesday. If anyone wants to send me stuff, Jared.
Jared.
Oh,
Just kidding. You don't have to.
Ellis
send
wears
anything.
a large NFL jersey.
Yes.
Okay. So today, let's do some weekly wrestling wrap-up chitter-chatter. What do you think?
Oh, I don't mind talking about wrestling.
No way. He doesn't
For
mind. That's
do you like talking
crazy.
about wrestling? Really?
Wrestling my go-to, girl.
No, I
Oh.
didn't know.
All right, we're gonna-
Anyway, Jared, get ready to see you at Philadelphia because WrestleMania 40 will be at Philadelphia.
that is going to be a big deal. We definitely hope to be there. We don't have any plans set in stone
It's
yet.
not set in stone yet. We will make plans for WrestleMania 40. I bet it's going to be super awesome.
First things first, we got to work on Royal Rumble.
But first, before we head to that WrestleMania 40, we do have the Royal Rumble in January. And I got 3 predictions.
Okay, we're going
for
to talk
that,
about those
so
predictions at
we
the
will
end, though.
Talk about that during this part of the weekly wrestling wrap-up topic. So,
Can we get started with the topics?
Jenna, what is the first topic for weekly wrestling wrap-up?
Well, we're going to start with AEW. We've got AEW Dynamite, and you would like to tell me something about Hangman Adam Page.
Yes, Hangman Adam Page did win his match. And after his match, those 3 random men attacked Hangman Page in the parking lot. After Dynamite was over,
Oh, no.
I'm getting sick and tired of this dudes right now.
And
Yeah.
you still don't know who they are, right?
No, I don't know hell what they are. They keep attacking superstars like that. They won't get deal with. You really want to attack Jay White, D.I. Clay, Billy Gunn, MJF, and now Hangman Adam Page. What do you think you are?
Oh,
This
my.
is not over between you and I, because this will be just the beginning. I don't care who you are. I don't care who's behind the devil's mask, because I'm coming for you, and you will go through hell when I meet you again in St. Louis.
Oh, my. Okay.
Okay.
That was something. You're hurting Ellis's ears with all that screaming there, my guy.
And I do want to apologize to Alice and her ears over that, but you get what I was saying.
Not just mine. We gotta, the listeners gotta. Everyone's got sensitive ears nowadays.
Yeah, you're spiking out the audio max over there,
You
buddy.
are asking for it.
All right.
Whoever you are, I don't care who is behind that max. I'm coming for you.
Okay, let me remind you that you are wearing a Santa hat and Santa is watching. So maybe we should watch our language and maybe not scream so much. So let's move on to the next topic. So maybe you won't be so heated about it.
Good point.
How about Rio?
We don't want you getting cold, Eric.
Yeah, no coal in the stocking.
I know somebody will get cold.
Those three random men.
Totally.
Exactly.
We understand
You three
this.
random men.
We're not quite done with you.
Xana is coming to town, and you boys on a naughty list, on my naughty list, and I'm gonna give you guys a freaking call at your Christmas present
Okay.
because ho ho ho, bitch!
Oh my God.
Okay.
Shout out to my guy Santa Claus for that one.
My guy, Santa Claus.
Whoa.
Love you, Santa. I've been good over a year, but those three random men, they're bad. Hopefully, put them on the naughty list.
Okay, thank you for sharing.
Santa is washing.
Can we please put ho 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 bitch on a t-shirt?
Oh my
I like
Lord.
that.
Okay, well that was quite the experience we just had. Let's talk about
that
Rio.
Rio got a win over Ruby Soho.
Oh, I like Ruby.
We do like Ruby.
But it's not looking good for my girl Rio. My girl
Ruby.
Ruby, actually.
So you wanted Ruby to win
But she's getting distracted about
Oh, that boy.
because she's still in love. She love struck.
love track. Ruby Soho is on my good list.
That's good for her, even though she lost the match.
So I'm gonna get Ruby Soho box of chocolates for Christmas.
Well,
And
that
flowers.
would be very nice. So let's talk about the Continental Classic. We've got some more people on the board with more points. Let me run through these real quick. We have Andrade and Jay White are both up to 9 points. Rush is on the board with 3 points. And I believe Derek told me John Moxley, the badass, is up to 12 points.
Wow.
I know. I am really impressed with John for sure. I think he's the winner of the Gold League for
The Gold League.
Gold League Continental Classic. So that's freaking cool. Rush, I'm not sure I have beef with him, but I do know Rush is a good man for sure. Jay White, let's just say Jay White is pretty good athlete.
Okay.
He's got more respect for Jay White than he did a couple months ago.
Is
when
he
was-
Tofu?
He's Tofu.
Okay.
So
Tofu's a good athlete.
Plant-based athlete.
okay, you're just ready to make me laugh.
We're having fun.
So Jay White, I did have beef with him months ago,
He had
and
fake beef.
I say Jay White didn't have
It's-
any beef with anybody.
it's not fake beef, but we did have beef back in November, and I'm glad I squashed that. That's good.
You're not a tofu bitch anymore.
Well, he's still a tofu for me.
Oh, okay.
But he did have critical win so far, and last week another win.
So I'm
3 points.
I'm curious about these points. What's the advantage of having more points going into the
We
Continental
will
Classic?
get to that. We will get to that. Thank you for that. So I am proud to say Jay White earned my respect.
Okay.
Cool. So tell me about these points.
And you would want to know was the Continental Classic.
Yeah, like what's
Rules.
the advantage of having more points? Like John Moxley has 12 points, so I feel like he's going to have an advantage.
Well, I think John Moxley and Jay White have an advantage in this tournament for sure. The rules are 20-minute time limit. I'm
No
pretty sure I
idea.
got it right. Can you looking up?
Trying to read up on it a little bit right now.
All right, what about Powerhouse Hobbs and Kyle Fletcher? Were you happy about this win?
Yeah,
Who won?
They did.
they did.
Oh, they're a tag team.
Yeah.
Got it. I thought they were against each other. Go Powerhouse Hobbs.
Powerhouse Hobbs was very nice.
He was super nice.
It was.
And
Powerhouse
he's a
Hobbs
big man.
He is
big
a large,
boy.
large
Big
human
boy.
being.
Kyle Fletcher, he's a let's just say very good superstar.
Okay.
He's athletic, and he's a version of Ricochet and
He's similar to Ricochet as an athlete.
It's kind of like that.
Rick
Okay.
O'Shea.
No.
Yeah. Not the Irish Ricochet.
I know we haven't brought him up in a while.
And similar like Otis and Kirigazawa.
Otis and Ricochet are not very similar.
No.
Fair enough. And Carmelo Hayes. So definitely very good for Guy Fletcher.
So let's talk about your girl Anna Jay.
Yes, Anna Jay, you got to win over Red Velvet. That's
Is that a cake?
awesome.
Red velvet cake?
I love that
Cupcake?
stuff.
It's not a cupcake.
I love Red Velvet.
That's so good.
That's AEW superstar. It's Red Velvet.
Got it.
That's a good name. I like that.
It is a good name for sure. Can you imagine? I mean, Red Velvet backstage of AEW in January 20th.
That would be cool.
Only
Bro,
if she
that'd be
brings us cake.
So cool. Maybe I will ask why your name is Red Velvet,
Maybe it's her favorite. It's my favorite.
She likes to bake.
or maybe she would say, I don't know. Maybe I like cakes.
Did you want Anna Jay to win over Red Velvet?
Anna Jay is very good.
So you were happy about
I
that?
am very happy for Anna Jay to win that match.
Okay, cool.
There's a lot of Jays out there. Jay White, Anna Jay, Jay Uso. That's
Lots of
crazy.
Jays. Lots of
Jay-Z.
Jays.
Jay-Z.
Jay
Throwing
Z,
him out there.
JB.
That's me.
JD.
JB. Oh, you said JD.
I said JB.
You said JB. He said JD.
Yeah.
Let's talk about Collision. You've got Claudio Castagnoli. I tried. He's got another 3 points for the Continental Classic. Are you happy about this?
Like I said, big boys. Big boys. Claudio, he's a badass. Badass in this tournament. Of course.
How many athletes compete in this tournament?
Well, in the gold league, we got John Moxley, Mark Briscoe, Roach, and
So that's 4.
none of the guy I'm thinking of. I don't know exactly what his name is. I will look it up for sure.
So it's like 4 or 5 guys? Because here you've got at least Andrade, Jay White, John Moxley, Rush, and Claudio Castagnoli. This is 5 you've got listed right here. And I know we talked about Bryan Danielson having points a couple weeks ago. There's got to be a lot of guys in this tournament.
I'm seeing, so there's a gold league and a blue league. The gold league has 6. I think there's 6 in each league. And it looks like the rules are each tournament match. So it's like a round robin tournament they've been playing. Each tournament match is 20 minutes. Winners receive 3 points. And if it is a draw, you get 1 point. Everyone's banned from ringside. And what the winner gets, the Continental Classic winner will become the first Triple Crown champion recognized by AEW. The AEW Triple Crown will be comprised of 3 championship belts, 2 of which are currently held by Eddie Kingston. And those 3 belts are the Ring of Honor World Championship, New Japan Strong Openweight Championship, and then the new Continental Championship.
Wow. Lots of accolades.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Hey, Alice, who
Yeah.
is competing in Gold League and the Blue League?
Gold League is John Moxley, Swerve Strickland, Mark Briscoe, Rush, Jay Lethal, and Switchblade Jay White.
Jay Lethal. Is that what you were trying to say?
Yes.
Ah.
And then the
What
Blue
about-
League is Bryan Danielson, Andrade, Brody King, Claudio Castagnoli, Eddie Kingston, and Daniel Garcia.
I got Bryan Danielson.
And I got Daniel
All right.
All right.
Daniel Garcia. I'm
Cool.
really hoping Daniel Garcia make it up the board. I really want to see him do that. I am happy for Eddie Kingston. I want my boy Daniel Garcia be on that board. I really want
to see that happen. All right. We've been talking about this for a while.
We have.
You said Sky Blue. You've been predicting something about Sky Blue.
I did.
And you said that she was going to become...
Sky Black.
And I have a note here that says no longer Sky Blue. She's now Sky Black. So what happened?
Judy Hart and Sky Blue, or I might say Sky Black, are finally teaming up.
So does that mean her name's already changed, or is this still a prediction?
Right now, they are teaming up. Right now, we're going to have that tag team match on Collision this Saturday. So I got Team Julia Hart and it's sky blue or black.
So her name's not changed yet.
Yeah.
But because she's teaming up with Julia Hart is why you think she's going to become Sky Black.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting.
I am so excited for that.
You do really like Sky Blue and Julia Hart, so that's quite the tag team for you.
I know. And I can't wait for Collision next Saturday night.
I hope they win for you.
Me too.
So you have a note here. It says, guess who's back? Guess who's back? Back again. Shady's back. Okay, so tell me, who's back?
Well, to remember our boys when those three random men
Billy Gunn and the Acclaimed.
got attacked by those three random men.
Yeah.
Well, let's just say the Acclaimed that Billy Gunn is back in AEW.
Woo! We missed.
I got one minute to say for that. Ashley Bell and Max and Billy Gunn. Everyone loves the Acclaimed. Send me, Delia.
Ow.
Let's go right now.
Okay. I'm still bummed that we went to AEW and didn't get to see Billy Gunn and the Acclaimed. I wanted to see the scissor in action.
I'm with you.
Maybe
well,
we'll
guess
see him
what?
on-
You will see the scissor
On January
action
20th?
on January 20th in St. Louis, Missouri.
Heck yes. All right, we're going to move on to NXT. We have two gentlemen who have advanced to the breakout tournament. We have Oba
Yep.
Femi and Riley Osborne. Tell me what you think about that.
I gotta admit, the men's breakout tournament are incredible. Riley Osborne, he's incredible for sure. Riley Osborne is top generation talent, and I am ready to see him to win the breakout tournament. That is a man. That's my first pick in this breakout tournament.
Yep.
Best of luck for Riley Osborne.
Can we get a stat check on how many superstars are in the breakout tournament, Ellis?
Yeah.
When is the breakout tournament?
It just got started last week.
Oh, so they're building up to something.
Yeah.
8 wrestlers.
8 wrestlers. And when's the tournament? So it's kind of like the Iron Survivor Challenge. Like they slowly get added to the challenge depending on who wins.
I think it's different.
It's similar.
It's similar. Yeah.
Okay. So
And Oba
Femi,
he's a badass.
you showed me his picture. He looked like a badass.
It looks like the
I know.
first round was like this week, I think. It says
Yeah, that's
December
what
12th through 19th.
He said it
Yeah.
just got started, so that
Mhm.
makes sense.
Yeah.
So this is only a men's competition?
Yes. We did have the women's months ago. The winner of that was Lola Vice won the women's breakout tournament. Now we're going to find out who's going to win the men's breakout tournament. And my first pick is Riley Osborne. Second is Oben Pham.
Okay, sounds good.
So good luck to both of you in this tournament. Riley, you're awesome in that ring. I can't wait to see you in the second round. So we'll see what happens. Oba Femi. Safety to you, man. Good luck.
All right, so tell me about Dragon Lee.
Dragon Lee, still the NXT North America champion.
So somebody is back, and this is a big deal.
Yes.
Who is it?
The Generate of Jade. Cora Jade is back, baby.
Cora Jade is back. Where'd she go?
Well, she was out.
Same place they all go.
She was
Oh, wait.
out in NXT for a very long time, and that's
Is she in Hawaii?
She was vacay,
probably.
but she's back,
Now she's back,
and you were pumped.
and I am so happy for that. Cora Jade, welcome back, girl. And also, I did not add this to the list, but I'm gonna add it anyway. Also, Ken Alliance returned as well.
Who?
Ken Alliance.
Mm-hmm.
Can you look at her name? Her
Is
name
that
up?
a guy?
Is a girl, and
What letter
Duh,
does it start
Jenna.
with?
so is N. for sure.
Nikita?
Katy Alliance. That's only.
That's a tough ask there, buddy boy.
Can you?
This is like when
Nikita Lyons.
That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ellis is
Got it.
starting to
Back to-
speak Derek.
Teamwork makes the dream work. This is like the very first WWE video that I ever got flabbergasted by when I was trying to figure out the captions, and it was Shinsuke Nakamura. And I'm like, what the hell is he trying to say?
Yeah.
And it took me a solid 30 minutes of research to figure it out. But I finally figured it out. And now I
feel
know.
your pain, girl. I feel your pain.
I know. All right. So Derek and I are working on his teasers that he sends me. You know, he sends me a lot of that person gets the win. That person gets the win. I tell him that's boring. I want the juicy info. This is juicy. I know exactly who attacked Trick Williams, is what he says.
It was Carmelo Hayes.
Really?
What happened?
I don't know exactly what's going on there, but I do know it was him. So Melo,
Shame on you. Santa's watching.
if I know it was you, Melo,
So this is a prediction.
I'm gonna kick your ass.
Okay.
You're really scary in that Santa hat. Real intimidating, don't you guys think?
Santa doesn't like when people threaten people. I don't think.
And I think Santa Claus thinks you're being a naughty boy. So Carmelo Hayes, if I know it was you attacked Trick, your ass is mine. Just let you know.
Just letting you know. So
Okay.
let's talk about, this is a new tag team, right? The
Absolutely.
Kabuki.
Kabuki.
The Kabuki Warriors. Tell me about them.
They got to win.
Who makes up that tag team?
Asuka and Kairi Sane.
And who did they beat?
They beat Selena Vega and her tag team partner as well, Mitchin. And that's a big win for the Kabuki Warriors. I gotta admit, Kabuki Warriors are the greatest tag team.
So is Kairi Sane as animated as Asuka? Because Asuka is quite the character. So I feel like if she's going to be in a tag team, she's got to have a pretty comparable partner.
I think it is.
She paint her face and spit stuff in others' faces.
I don't think that's her.
Does she paint her face?
Definitely Asuka, but in WWE we do call her the Pirate Princess.
The Pirate Princess.
So that is
Arg.
pretty cool.
Interesting. So tell me about Randy Orton.
He got a win over Jimmy Uso.
Over Jimmy.
Over
Big
Jimmy.
win, Randy.
That's big. So is Randy going after the bloodline?
I think so, yes.
Mm.
We might see this
Ooh,
at the
Randy
Rumble.
versus Roman. Ding, ding, ding.
At the Royal Rumble, with undisputed WWE Championship on the line at the Royal Rumble.
Well,
Somebody has got to take down Roman.
I'd love to see it be Randy. Did
Randy,
you see the
Randy.
video of Randy telling Roman that he was taller than him? He did. He's like, what did he say? Was it on SmackDown? I saw it on social media.
It was just on SmackDown.
He
and
said something like, by the way, I'm taller than you or something.
Is Randy that tall? I know Roman's like
that was
huge.
couple years back in 2022.
Oh,
When
that
that
wasn't
happened.
this year? They reposted it on social media. They tricked me.
WWE just posted that because Randy Orton just
Return.
returned back.
Understood.
He said, "Do you hear the words coming out of my mouth?" But by the way, I do know this. I am way taller than you.
Yeah, he did. He kind of stood up and he's like, I'm taller than you. And Roman didn't like that. Speaking of Roman.
Yep.
He made his return.
He did.
Like Drew McIntyre says, he finally came back to work.
Yeah, he'll be here and then he'll be gone for another month.
He showed up to work.
Well, Roman will return back before Royal Rumble.
Derek was watching Friday Night SmackDown at my fiance's parents' house because we were at the engagement party that night.
Yeah.
And you had a nice big beanbag chair.
Oh,
Was it
super
comfy?
comfy. I almost sleep.
You almost fell asleep during SmackDown? After SmackDown.
Well, I do have great pace after that.
Oh.
So.
Well, I heard yelling going on, and all of a sudden I went in there and I checked it out, and there was Roman. He's getting beat up.
Who was beating him up?
It was Randy.
Yeah.
Randy is getting beat up.
Randy came back.
Well,
with
Roman was the
vengeance.
one getting beat up when I walked in.
Well, that was way before.
Oh, okay. Well, that's what I saw when I walked in. I didn't stay for long, but I saw Roman. I'm like, there he is. Roman's back. All right, let's talk about Monday Night Raw. Caden Carter and Katana Chance are the
new WWE Women's Tag Team Champion.
and you were pretty stoked about
I was
this.
so happy for that. That they would deserve 2 spicy chicken sandwiches.
They're the new tag team champions, so obviously Derek gets 2 spicy chicken sandwiches.
Not at the same
The
time.
math is mathing on that one, Derek. I see you.
Probably.
Don't encourage this behavior, Ellis. Oh my goodness, you're funny for that. All right, tell me about Jey Uso.
He got to win over the Lucha.
Oh, I'd love to see Imperium lose.
Yes.
They are just so boring to me.
Gunther.
Gunther. Dun, dun. Hey.
Yeet, 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 yeet. Put that on TikTok.
Oh my goodness.
I haven't seen too much of Imperium.
Hey,
But
Jay.
Oh.
Jay, guess what?
What?
Yeet.
What were you gonna say?
I haven't seen too much of Imperium, but the way that you guys talk about Gunther and the way the one picture I've seen of him, it reminds me of the Thumb Thumbs from Spy Kids. Do you all remember that?
I don't remember them.
I saw that movie one time.
Oh, never. I was a frequent Spy Kids watcher. I'll bring it up sometime.
Yeah, I just think they're really boring.
They're annoying to me.
And they just don't bring anything exciting to the table, and then they win all the time, and you're just
Yeah.
like,
Oh,
ew.
yeah. Let's never get Gunter beat the Miz and steal the Intercontinental Champion.
He beat him.
Yeah.
That's what I was gonna ask.
And I cut that one, so I don't want to talk about today.
But the Miz returned, and that was a big deal, right?
He did.
But he was literally just at Survivor Series, so I don't understand how he really returned. Has he not been on the Raw since Survivor Series? So he's gone for a month.
Not even.
Not even. You're right.
He
2
was,
weeks.
He was on Raw.
Well, you were pretty
All the
hyped
time.
during that match. Dad put it on Instagram.
I was pretty hyped for that.
You were cheering on your guy, The Miz.
Duh. He's awesome.
Oh, gosh.
If only you would have thought he was awesome when we met him in person.
Yeah, really.
Interesting. All right. We do have some Royal Rumble predictions, and then we've got a couple of extra WWE topics we got to talk about at the end. Do you want to do the WWE other topics first or the Royal Rumble predictions first?
Let's start the Rumble and one chamber.
Okay. Well, I put that in the other category, so we'll get to that.
Good.
Okay. So you have Seth Rollins versus Finn Balor for the...
World Heavyweight Championship. I don't mind seeing that match again.
This is your prediction.
I don't mind seeing Rollins and Balor for the World Heavyweight Championship.
And who would you want to see win that match?
Well, my money is definitely on Balor for sure because we want to see Damian Priest the cash his money back on Finn Balor.
Oh, so you think Seth and Finn will fight, Finn wins, and then Damian Priest cashes in his money in the bank to get the World Heavyweight Championship. But would that mean that the Judgment Day would just be completely broken up at that point if Damian cashed in on Finn?
If that happened, yes.
That is quite the prediction.
He wants
I
them
have
to
to.
crumble.
And do the same in
Yeah.
the match between Damian Priest versus Finn Balor for the World Heavyweight Championship at WrestleMania 40.
Oh, wow. This is a prediction, Derek. I like it.
Oh, the writers should listen to you.
They really should. I know. We got to have WWE Jared tell some of the writers about our podcast and tell them they should be listening. I know Jared's listening, so you got to tell him, Jared.
Yeah,
Pass
tell
the
him,
writers our podcast episode. Tell them Derek's got good ideas. That is a good idea. I did see a clip on Instagram of R-Truth and JD McDonough arguing back and forth, and they said that they were going to fight in a match, and whoever won the match gets to stay in the Judgment Day, and whoever loses the match gets to go, and JD wouldn't agree to it, and then Damian stepped in, and he's like, oh, well, I think, and Rhea's like, Damian, hold on, and then Damian's like, what? I think it's a good idea. So there's definitely some drama going on in the Judgment Day. There's a lot of people that want in. Derek thinks some of the guys need to get out. The Crumble is coming. I think you're right about that. Although I will say I would like to see Seth Rollins win that match. And Seth Rollins' entrance music is chef's kiss, top notch. All right. So this is a big one.
Burn it down.
Yes,
sorry.
love. So Derek has a prediction for the Royal Rumble. LA Knight versus
DVD. That is me. Derek Baker.
LA Knight versus Derek Baker at the Royal
Yeah!
Rumble.
Call me out, LA Knight.
So here's the thing that I have a question about, because if you're going to fight LA Knight at the Royal Rumble, how are you going to also enter the Royal Rumble?
Well, if I compete against LA Knight at the Rumble, it's gonna be the biggest.
You stumped him.
Eh,
He doesn't know the answer. You'd compete in either, whatever you get invited to compete in.
but this is gonna be history in the making between LA Knight and Derek Baker. This is gonna be the biggest match from me at the Rumble.
Oh, I bet.
I'm
Well,
sure
yeah.
it would be.
But remember, you'll have that call before we get to Florida. If
You'll
that's
know
gonna happen.
beforehand if you're entering any match.
Yeah.
If you're entering the ring in any capacity, you're going to know ahead of time. So we've got a couple
We
of...
are getting very close to it right now, so just letting you know.
We're working on it. Who said something to me? It was it was somebody in Chris's family, so it had to have been like his uncle or something. But he's like, man, you really got to get Derek in the ring at a wrestling event. And I'm like, that's always the goal.
Yeah.
That's been my goal for years, and it will continue to be my goal until I make it happen. But it's not an easy feat, okay? So it is always my end game goal to get Derek a microphone in a wrestling ring. That is always my goal. But that is a lot of work to make that happen. But
Yeah.
we're working on it.
Yes, we're definitely working on that.
So we
just
got a
need to
couple of rematches that you've got predicted for the Royal Rumble as well. We've got Rhea Ripley versus Zoe Stark.
Yes, I don't mind to see the Women's World Championship on the line. Rhea Ripley versus Zoe Stark for the Women's World Championship at
And
the
you-
Rumble.
Do you think Zoe Stark's got it in her this time?
I believe sure. So I am team Zoe Stark. If Zoe Stark not win the Women's World Championship, Zoe Stark will enter the Women's Royal Rumble match. Win the Royal Rumble match, will face Rhea at WrestleMania.
So she's going to pull a Brock Lesnar. She's going to have a fight earlier in the day, and then she's going to lose. But then she's going to come in as the 30th entrant of the Royal Rumble and win so that she can have a rematch at WrestleMania.
Yes.
I'm getting good at this. Okay, so we got another rematch. You want to see Gunther versus The Miz for the Intercontinental Championship.
Yep.
Go Miz.
Go, Miz, go.
We'll see what happens.
We
If-
got to see The Miz take that thing in person. I want to see it. I want to be there.
Just let you know, we will send all these to our guy, WWE Jared.
Well, WWE Jared listens every week, so he'll know.
Well, let's send this to him.
All right, how about we tell him that he needs to find a writer friend who knows who helps with the storyline.
Sounds good with me.
All right. Well, Jared, there's a guy named Terry. We met him once. Find him.
Yeah. in
Remind him
Dallas.
who we are. We met him at Dallas in WrestleMania. Find him and send him our podcast.
Tell him we got lots of ideas.
Lots of ideas.
Yeah,
please.
He knows us. Okay.
Please.
Yes, please, Jared. So last one, Dominik Mysterio. This is a crazy idea. Dominik Mysterio versus...
CM Punk.
Yes. That's what you said
Go,
at Royal
Dom,
Rumble.
go.
Is that not what you predict anymore? Do you take that prediction back?
I do want to see that match happening. I don't think it's going to be at the Rumble.
You don't think it's all that realistic? Because I don't think it's very realistic either. Okay, well, I'm sorry. So we'll move on from that because you obviously don't think it's that realistic. At the Elimination Chamber, you want to see Dominik Mysterio versus...
Gunther for the Intercontinental Championship.
And who do you got?
Definitely Dom.
Oh,
Definitely Dom.
Definitely
Come
Dom.
on.
Wow.
He's our friend.
He's been our friend, bro, and you ain't been cheering for him.
And now that the North American Championship saga is over, it's done, Dragon Lee finally got that championship. Now we can focus on the Intercontinental Championship. So, Dom, I got your back, buddy.
It's about damn time.
Oh
No
my.
doubt.
All right. We've got a couple of other WWE topics we want to talk about really quick. You have an idea for Alexa Bliss. You said
Yes.
you think she's going to return in 2024 at WrestleMania 40 in the 5-women tag team match.
Yes. Do you remember this year's Royal Rumble?
Okay.
Alexa Bliss versus Bianca Belair for the Raw Women's Championship.
Okay.
And Bianca won
Mm-hmm.
and still the Raw Women's Champion.
Okay.
That's the reason when Alexa Bliss is not in WWE.
No, the reason Alexa Bliss was not in WWE is because
Let
she's
me get straight.
pregnant.
She had
Wrong.
a baby.
Let me get straight. Let me get straight.
Okay, sorry, real life happened.
Rephrase.
Let me finish, okay?
Okay, I'm listening.
We did have Bianca Belair versus Alexa Bliss for the Raw Women's Championship.
Yep.
Because of Bianca's win and still the Raw Women's Champion, that's because Alexa Bliss is no longer in WWE because
She had a baby.
she...
Was pregnant.
Can I finish?
Yep. Sorry.
Alexa Bliss did not want that match, and out of blue, she left WWE. When she left, she got pregnant, having a baby.
Oh
and,
my God. It's like I said that 6 times.
and she's taking care of the other thing.
Her family.
The other thing.
She was also on The Masked Singer while she was out.
That is true.
Yeah.
And rehab is good, being his family, the baby. And in 2024, I think Alexa Bliss is going to join with Damage Control.
Oh, you think she's going to go back to the dark side?
Go back to the dark
Will
side.
Lily make a return?
We might see her too.
Lily is dead.
No.
L-
Yeah, Charlotte Flair ripped her to pieces.
Yeah.
Do you know who Lily is?
I have a cousin named Lily, but I don't think it's her.
Oh, I have a feeling that this Lily's much scarier than your cousin.
Probably.
Lily is Alexa Bliss's like little voodoo doll.
Look
it up.
her up. She's really attractive.
Derek's got one. He cuddles with her every night.
Ah, I've seen that before. That's frightening.
Slightly startling. I do
Yeah,
think
just
that if
slightly.
Alexa Bliss is going to return, it's much more likely that she'll be returning at WrestleMania rather than the Royal Rumble because her baby was just born earlier this month, I believe.
Well, in America, you only get like 3 days of paternity leave, so you never know. Or
It
maternity
did.
leave.
It did. But before
So you think she's going to come back at WrestleMania? Spit it out. You got this.
after the pregnancy and rehabbing because of the baby and spend time with her family.
She went to rehab because of the baby. It's confusing.
I hope she didn't need rehab after having a baby.
I mean, I know that's kind of strange.
After spending time with her family and her baby over the holidays, yes. It's not going to be at the Royal Rumble for sure.
Smart.
It will start during WrestleMania season.
It's a big deal.
Alexa Bliss is going to join with Team Damage Control. Not just that, we are going to have the 5-women tag team match.
Mm-hmm.
But first, at Elimination Chamber, it will be Charlotte Flair versus Alexa Bliss,
And when is Elimination Chamber?
February.
February. I think it's a little unlikely she's back by February. But speaking of Damage Control,
Mm-hmm.
you said that Bailey is getting distracted because of why?
She is having a crush.
Bailey's got a crush. Who's Bailey got a crush on?
Me. It's me. I just witnessed that. I did look it up. WWE Bailey and Derek back together, and I don't blame. I am seeing Bailey and me.
Oh my goodness.
Oh
So
my goodness.
she did post you on her Instagram. That's pretty impressive. But he did send me, now that he's saying this out loud, this is so funny. He sent me a screen recording. He didn't say anything else with it, but it was a screen recording of the TikTok discover page or like the TikTok search page. And at the top it said WWE Bailey and Derek Baker. And then he sent me, and he just started scrolling. And then there's all these videos that mostly we have posted that are of Derek talking about Bailey, and of like Derek in the pictures of Bailey from when we met her at Cricket Wireless, and just all this stuff. And it's literally all videos from us over the years of all the things he's ever said about Bailey. And he just sent it to me with no context, nothing. But that's why, because we have posted videos on TikTok and they exist on the internet, that's what makes you think Bailey's got a crush on you?
I think so.
You keep dreaming, buddy. I love that.
I think it's true. I think Bailey is getting distracted because of this crush.
I think you're cute, D.
Yeah. I think she would definitely think you're cute in that Santa hat.
Well, then now. I don't want to be able to say the baby for that.
Oh my goodness.
Baby.
All right, last topic. We got to talk about it. Our girl Liv Morgan got into some trouble over the weekend.
Yeah, she did.
Do you know what happened?
She got arrested.
Do you know why?
Why she got arrested?
Yeah.
Say it.
Well, she had weed on her. She had drugs on her. Marijuana.
Our friend Liv Morgan is in jail because of that.
Well, she's
I
not
hope
in
she's not
jail.
still in jail.
She got arrested. She got taken to jail, but I don't think she's still in jail. But she is in trouble with the Florida government. But it's interesting. So Jared, WWE, or not WWE Jared, Philly Jared texted me about this, and he was the one that let me know. And I was, curious what would happen. And I told him, I'm like, I just cannot imagine that they would, do anything drastic from WWE, because Liv Morgan is like their golden child. They love her so much. But he did send me this screenshot. I don't know. It says corporate.wwe.com, and it says, I don't know what this list is from, but it says discipline for violation of law. Any WWE talent who is arrested, convicted, or who admits a violation of law relating to use, possession, purchase, sale, or distribution of drugs will be in material breach of his/her contract with WWE and subject to immediate dismissal. That's what it says. And I just responded to him, and I'm like, I just cannot imagine that, because she got caught with a little bit of weed, which is legal in half the country, that she's going to get dismissed for that. So that was what he sent me. But then he also sent me a article this afternoon, because I texted him this morning. I was like, have you heard any updates about Liv Morgan? And he sent me this Sports Kita article. And I guess there's a guy named Rene Dupree.
Rene Dupree?
Yeah, do you know who that is?
Is that related to Maxine Dupree?
Former WWE superstar.
Yeah, what about him?
Well, so I guess he has a podcast, and he was talking about the Liv Morgan situation on his podcast. And he said, this is what the Sports Kita article says. During a recent episode of Cafe de Rene, Dupree addressed the former SmackDown Women's Champion's arrest. He claimed the company would only give her a slap on the wrist because they do not care about weed, which I think is, it's quite literally legal in like almost half the country, if not more than half the country. So I think it's, and the article actually also said that supposedly it was a pen and a very small bag of weed. And the article says supposedly it was not hers. It was someone else had left it in
I don't
her
know
car.
how that got there, officer.
Yeah, so who knows what the full story is. But
I'd like to see the WWE stance on steroids.
yeah, well, that I bet they would take a little bit more seriously than weed, to be honest.
No, I feel
But
like everyone is juiced in the WWE.
yeah, that might actually be true. Well, who knows? I mean, they sure
I
look
don't know.
like
I
it.
just hope she's okay. She's a lovely young lady, and I hope that she bounces back from this and it doesn't damage her world too much.
Yeah,
That's what I hope.
I hope for the same. And I just think, it's just people still getting in trouble for a very, very small amount of weed. Just to like ruin somebody's life over that just feels a little extreme.
I agree, but it's not legal federally, and you gotta know where you are.
No, I
And
know.
thank goodness she was in Florida, not freaking Russia.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah, that'd be way worse.
Yeah. So I just pray that she's okay, because she's really seems to be like a super lovely human, and I wish nothing but the best for her, and I hope that everything turns out as good as it can for her.
And I don't know if that she's been listening to our podcast, but I actually did see she follows Bakers Bantering.
Aww.
Heck yeah.
I know she follows Baker
awesome.
Banter and Bakers Bantering.
Shout out,
so
Liv.
shout out to you, Liv Morgan. We hope you're doing okay. We love you. We're sending a hug your way.
Yeah, I'm really hoping you could be okay. We're just sorry in this situation, and we're really sorry about your injury. I'm really hoping you return back to WWE very soon. So
Yeah.
I really want to see your face on February 5th.
Yeah.
Yeah, we would love to
Absolutely.
see you again soon, Liv. We hope you're doing okay. But that is all we have time for today. Derek is going to try to say something else. I see it in his face.
I can see
yes,
those
I am going
wheels
to say something
turning.
else.
Last thing, Derek Baker.
Good. I did watch back Liv Morgan and Raquel Rodriguez versus Becky Lynch and
Rodriguez.
Lita for the WWE Women's Tag Team Champions. That match was super good. I watched it 1, 2, 3, 4 times so
Who's
far.
surprised? He was watched something over and over and over again. You love your girl Liv Morgan, right?
It was a good match. I don't mind seeing that match over and over and over again. That was super good. So that also saying about was a real jerk. I just saw what he did. The sweet poor Liv Mysterio.
Like 12 years
Are
ago.
you talking about 2013 again?
Yes.
Is that 2015?
2010?
That's correct.
Oh
9
my
years
God.
old.
That's even worse than 2013.
March 12, 2010. CM Punk.
Hey, don't go up against Aaliyah. We're going to pick Aaliyah every day.
Yeah.
I cannot believe what CM Punk is doing to Leah. I'm really hoping
I'm sure she's okay by now.
really hoping that this Nightmare won't look up too. So
That
Leah,
was 13 years ago. I think she's recovered.
So Leah, we love you, and we're sorry. CM Punk,
It's a punk.
CM Punk, made you crying on your birthday. That's
When you were 10.
it's 9.
It's
9 years old. She was really cute back then.
Oh, she's still really
still
cute.
really
Now she's in
cute.
med school.
So
all right, Derek.
before we wrap this up, I got a little song for Leah. Leah, I hope it's not too late for you. So here goes anyway. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to sweet Leah. Happy birthday to you. 5, 6, 7, 8.
Happy birthday. May all your dreams come true.
I wish it were my birthday so I could party too. Happy birthday, Aaliyah.
Happy birthday, Leah.
13 years later. Oh my
I
God.
just saw this great number.
Oh my gosh. Okay, that is all we have time for today. If you are still here, thank you so much for listening. We hope you had a very, very, very Merry Christmas and happy holidays.
And share this podcast with your friends, especially those that like wrestling.
Yes, if you are a wrestling fan, please share this podcast. If you like wrestling, if you're going to be at the Royal Rumble, you should probably buy some Baker Banter merch so we can spot
That's
you out
right.
in the crowd.
That's right, Royal Rumble!
Oh my goodness. All right. The next time we talk to you, it will be 2024. So
Happy New Year!
Oh my God. Stop blowing out Ellis's ears.
No, just don't yell into the mic. It's not for the arena.
No mic yelling. All right. That is all we have time. That is all we have time for today. Thank you guys so much for being here. We love you. We love you. We love you.
Peace. Happy 2024, people. Peace.